Hi everyone, I'm Robin Stool, and today on this very rainy day, we're at Fool's Hollow Lake in Show Low. And you know, one of the great things about Arizona Highways Television is I get a chance to experience things I have never done before, and today is one of those days. I am going camping for the first time in my life. But before I tackle the elements, I think I might need some help, and I know just who to ask. Ellen is going to help me out, and Ellen, I'm a novice. Ellen Bilbrey has been camping since she was 14. This lake, one of her favorites. Why do people like to camp?
Because of this. It's gorgeous. You sit up there in that camp, drink your glass of wine, look over this lake, the sun goes down. You can't beat it.
I have to tell you, Ellen is right. It truly is a dazzling place. There is, however, one thing I'm not so fond of.
This fishing pole that I rigged up here for you has just a little tiny hook. And all you have to do is put a worm on that hook, and we're ready to go.
You're really
now,
kidding.
most people would
You're really
say,
serious. I mean, let's just say touching a worm was not on my bucket list, but when in Fool's Hollow Lake.
do you want to try to put it on the hook? It's a little bit...
Do I have a choice?
Yeah, you gotta...
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
You always have to try something when you're out new.
All right.
So just, all you do is you string the little worm right on there like that.
Oh, poor little worm. Now, it took a bit of practice. I'll admit I was not exactly an expert right off the bat.
Throw that bobber way out there. Whoops, whoops. Too soon.
Thanks a lot, Ellen.
Yeah.
But I stuck with it, kept at it, and learned to kind of like it.
And I would recommend everybody back up a little bit because I have a feeling some hooks are gonna start flying here.
Back up,
You gotta push the button in.
Robin's fishing. Unfortunately, the fish did not cooperate and it didn't stop raining. But anytime you can spend a couple of hours out in this pine-packed paradise, it's worth it. Especially if you're just a short walk to something warm. But now that we are soaking wet, I really need something warm. And even though I've never been camping before, I've always heard that camp coffee or campfire coffee is some of the best coffee around, and I have no idea why that is.
Because you're cold and wet and you are just lusting after that coffee.
Well, that was good enough for me. So I grabbed a pot, had Ellen show me all the necessary ingredients, mixed it up, and put it on the fire. It's that easy?
It's that easy. That's easier than...
Just in time because it's starting to rain again. Oh well, a little rain wasn't going to dampen my spirits. I'm a camper, and we tough it out. One of the things that you promised me out here is that we were going to see some elk.
Well, you gotta call them in, so let's try it. Go ahead. Give it a blow.
You didn't tell me I had to call them in.
Just bite right down on there.
And you
give it a
promised
blow.
I'd get a fish.
Let's see if they'll come in. Go ahead.
No,
give it a
Ellen,
blow.
you're tough. Okay, well, I'm assuming I put But I was determined to see some elk, so I did what anyone would do. I blew it.
Pretty good.
That was good, huh?
I think you need a few more.
Where's the elk?
A few more lessons before the elk will come in.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. What did I do wrong?
A lot.
But I didn't care. I was camping at Fool's Hollow Lake. I learned to fish, make camp coffee, and kinda call elk. And guess what? Apparently all that got caught was someone's attention.
Our ranger would love to present you with a special item here.
Wow!
This is your...
Am I an Eagle Scout now?
No, you're a junior ranger for Arizona State Parks. You have to color this all in.
Do I have to color between the lines?
You can color it any way you want, but
to the best of your ability.
then yes, you're going to send
Because I'm always outside the line. One thing that doesn't need any coloring is this magical area. It really is a camper's paradise. And for this novice camper, it was the perfect place to learn.
So on behalf of the Fool Hollow Lake Recreation Area, you are now given your official Junior Ranger badge. We want you to wear that proudly.
Thank you, I will. And you know what, everyone? Come out and go camping anywhere in Arizona. It doesn't just have to be here at Fool's Hollow Lake, even though I know this is your place. And when you do go, tell the fish and elk next time I want to see them.
The campfire coffee, it is perfect, delicious. But you know, a little coffee would go so much better with some dessert. Okay, Trish, I have to tell you, most people don't even let me get close to the campfire when I'm making s'mores or to a fireplace.
And today you're gonna catch fire.
But you trust me enough to give me a blowtorch.
Yeah. I don't know you, so it's good.
Okay, so we're gonna make s'mores.
We're gonna make a s'morio.
A s'morio.
A s'morio s'more. Say that 10 times fast.
S'morio s'more, s'morio s'more, s'morio s'more.
Good.
That's pretty
You
good, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
did good. So use the little guy. You're gonna cut into 4s.
Okay. Ooh, they're so fluffy. They really are soft.
It's sticky.
Sticky.
Little sticky.
Okay, is that good?
That's perfect. You're gonna grab your vanilla frosting.
And this is homemade vanilla
Homemade vanilla.
frosting.
Make it all from scratch here in the store. You put some in the middle. And then you're gonna grab these guys, all 4 of them, and put them right on top.
You know, you're ruining this for all moms who go and buy store-bought stuff.
Let go. Let go.
Oh, let go. Wow, this is tough. Okay.
All right,
Is that
perfect.
okay?
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect. Now you're gonna get the blowtorch.
Okay.
Face
This
it
is a first for
away
me.
from you and me.
Face it this way.
And then turn to your left,
left.
and then click the little knob on top.
I feel so powerful right now. As my camera guy's getting very nervous.
There you
There
go.
we go.
And then you start torching, a light torch.
A light torch.
It's this back and forth sway.
That?
Yeah, that's
That
perfect.
okay?
Yeah. Turn it to your.
This way?
Yep. Awesome.
Alright.
Nothing burnt down.
How does that look? Nothing burned down. We didn't have to call the fire department.
So
Yeah.
vanilla frosting. And you're gonna swivel it on top. Yes. And then we're gonna grab the Oreos, which is the second one in.
Here?
Yep.
Oreos taste good with anything.
It does. So you're gonna grab some of the Oreo and just put it right on top.
This seems very decadent.
And there you go. There's your S'moreo s'more.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Every city has a name and often a story behind it. Sholo is no different. But it is a story unlike most. It involves 2 men and a card game played back in the 1870s.
The card game was called 7-Up. Now, I don't play cards and I really don't understand it, but I understand who shows low wins the game.
Corden Cooley won, and this town got its name, Sholo.
This story has gone around and around. Our town named the Main Street Deuce of Clubs because that's the lowest card in the deck.
The town has seen a lot in the years since then, but it hasn't forgotten its past. In fact, a good bit of history can be found inside the Sholo Museum.
Early Sholo was really nothing but a crossroads where the early farmers and ranchers came in and they either freighted to make money or they sold goods to Fort Apache.
The museum gives visitors a window into the town when it was just getting started. You can see pictures and postcards from a simpler time, even part of the old post office where people would go to send and pick up mail.
After they closed down that post office and built a brand new one, of course, this stuff got kind of carried away. And the Historical Society found these actual post office boxes and this actual counter in a barn.
The old items now make up one of the more popular rooms in the museum. But the favorite is probably the old jail cell and booking room. Before this was built, officers would actually handcuff the bad guys to a tree, and an overnight stay was, well, not all that bad.
They would also put them in motel rooms. The police have told me that they used to put the people that were arrested in motel rooms, and they found out that the guys were having a better night's rest than they were, and they decided something had to be done about that. So right here, they built a small jail cell.
Visitors can see pictures of the lawmen that roamed the street and the actual booking cards of the bad guys.
It's one of the favorite rooms around here. I have so many people that come in and they look at the old pictures of the old former police and they say, oh, I know that guy. I know, he caught me doing this, that kind of thing. So it's kind of neat to have the old police department here, or the booking room.
The museum is also home to some pictures and items from one of the most frightening times in Show Low's history.
Back in 2002, that Rodeo Chesky fire started coming in on us. I remember going out and looking at the smoke above our trees, and it was quite frightening.
Luckily, the fire was stopped and the city was saved. These days, Show Low has become a vacation destination. The city on the mountain certainly has plenty to offer. So what are you waiting for? Come on up, walk around and enjoy the crisp mountain air. Arizona Highways Television is brought to you by Arizona Public Service and the Arizona Office of Tourism.